According to the Congressional Medal of Honor Society, in the 157 years since the establishment of the Congressional Medal of Honor as America's highest award for valor in 1861, only 3,505 have been awarded for conspicuous gallantry in action above and beyond the call of duty. One of these recipients was Major Richard Bong, who was awarded his Medal of Honor on the 8th of December 1944 as a fighter pilot serving in the South Pacific. Ever since I visited the museum that bears his name up in Poplar, Wisconsin, I've been very interested in the small-town man who became a national hero and celebrity during the Second World War. I believe it's very important to learn about heroes from your home state because it shows that important and influential people come from all walks of life and everywhere in the country. Richard Bong, a Poplar, Wisconsin native, was very interested in flying at a young age, enlisted early in the Army Air Corps to serve in the Second World War, and became a national celebrity, becoming America's highest scoring ace in history. Born in 1920, the first of 9 children, Richard Bong became interested in flying at a very young age. In 1928, President Calvin Coolidge made a summer White House up near Poplar. The president needed his mail every day, so he would fly it in, and this flight would go right over Richard's house. He was very interested because he was able to see the flight every day, and he was very excited for that. He was finally able to pursue this interest by enrolling in the Civilian Pilot Training Program in 1938 at the Superior State Teachers College. Here he was able to get the training, the flight hours, and a degree that he needed to enlist in the Army Air Corps Cadet Program. He finally did that in May of 1941. After a couple months of training, he was finally able to earn his coveted pilot wings in January of 1942 and became commissioned as a second lieutenant in the Army Air Corps. During his training, General Kenny was his training commander and was able to see just how much talent Richard had. Thus, in September of 1942, while forming the 49th Fighter Group, General Kenny handpicked Richard Bong as one of the first pilots he wanted in this fighter group. In December, Richard was sent to Australia along with the rest of the fighter group to stage and get ready to attack the Japanese. It was there on December 27th, 1942 that Richard was finally able to get his first 2 kills. This would start a large string of aerial victories for Richard in the next year. En route to 40 kills, becoming America's highest scoring ace in history, Richard Bong was able to get kills number 3 and 4 on the 7th of January, 1943 over New Guinea. This made him only 2 kills away from becoming an ace. An ace was a pilot who had 5 aerial victories. Richard was finally able to become an ace on January 8th over Lae Harbor, New Guinea. Because of this, Richard was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross for his actions between the 27th of December and the 8th of January, and was also given about a month of leave in Australia as a reward for his achievements. He was able to return to his unit on the 3rd of February, 1943. Richard was able to string up another 5 victories in the next 2 months and became a double ace with 10 aerial victories on the 14th of April, 1943. For this achievement, he was awarded the Air Medal. Richard had many successful missions, but his most successful mission in terms of aerial victories occurred on July 26, 1943, where he flew over Lae, New Guinea, and was able to record 4 kills in 1 combat flight. The prior record for American aces was 26 aerial victories, held by Eddie Rickenbacker from the First World War. Richard was finally able to pass this on the 12th of April, 1944. After many combat missions, he was finally able to get 28 total kills. On the 12th of April, he got 3 more kills, which put him at 28, which passed up the 26 record that was prior held by Eddie Rickenbacker from the First World War. For this, he was promoted to major and was sent a personal congratulations from Eddie Rickenbacker himself. Richard had so many aerial victories and impressed his chain of command so much that he was awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor on the 8th of December, 1944. This medal was awarded for actions between the 10th of October and the 11th of November, where he scored 8 more kills over Lady, totaling up to 36 total kills for his career so far. On the 12th of December, Douglas MacArthur personally presented this Medal of Honor to him at the Tacloban Airfield on Leyte. The citation for the Medal of Honor reads as follows: "For conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity in action above and beyond the call of duty in the Southwest Pacific area from the 10th of November to the 15th of November, 1944. Though assigned to duty as gunnery instructor and neither required nor expected to perform combat duty, Major Bong voluntarily and at his own urgent request engaged in repeated combat missions, including unusually hazardous sorties over Balikpapan, Borneo, and in the Leyte area of the Philippines. His aggressiveness and daring resulted in his shooting down 8 enemy airplanes during this period." After he was presented the Congressional Medal of Honor, he was able to get 4 more aerial victories until he was finally grounded and sent home on the 16th of December. Since he had so many aerial victories and was able to break Eddie Rickenbacker's record, he was treated as a celebrity in the United States. His wedding to Marge attracted 1,200 guests and had the international press covering it, all in Poplar, Wisconsin. He was able to also sell war bonds and help with war drives to encourage people to save materials that were vital for the war effort. He was also always a big fan of actor and singer Bing Crosby, and he soon found out that Bing was also a fan of his. They got together in August of 1944 for a bond drive in Los Angeles that was covered by the LA Times, and it was one of the biggest war bond drives in the U.S. Unfortunately, he was killed on the 6th of August, 1945. He was test flying a P-80 Shooting Star, which was the U.S.'s first jet fighter, and it malfunctioned on takeoff, and he crashed, dying on impact. This was also the same day as the bombing of Hiroshima with the atomic bomb, and his death was such a great impact on the U.S. that it shared the front pages along with that atomic bombing. In conclusion, I think Richard Bong's legacy will live on forever. He was a very influential man, very down to earth, and achieved great success that I don't believe will ever be surpassed in aerial combat. In a letter dated 2nd of May 1955 to his mother, it was stated that Richard Bong ended his very illustrious career with the following awards: the Congressional Medal of Honor, Distinguished Service Cross, Silver Star with 1 oak leaf cluster, Distinguished Flying Cross with 6 oak leaf clusters, Air Medal with 14 oak leaf clusters, American Defense Service Medal, World War II Victory Medal, American Campaign Medal, Asiatic Pacific Campaign Medal with 1 Silver Service Star for participating in the Leyte, Luzon, New Guinea, Northern Solomons, and Papa campaigns, Distinguished Unit Citation Emblem with 1 oak leaf cluster, Philippine Liberation Ribbon with 1 Bronze Service Star, Philippine Independence Ribbon, Philippine Republic Presidential Unit Citation Emblem, Australian Distinguished Flying Cross, and the Aviation Pilot's Badge. I believe that his legacy will live on forever, not only because of his accomplishments, but also with the museum that is located in Poplar, that has his name. It has a P-38 painted in the same exact pattern as his actual plane, with the image of Marge, his wife, on the nose. And I believe that's going to be a lasting tribute for all veterans, including Major Richard Bong, forever.